Many Fed officials were unsure what rate moves may be needed this year. Join the club. This probably explains why Wall Street is so bifurcated with respect to thinking they're over with the hikes versus ready to do one or two more, depending on the financial conditions. Also, they did discuss possibly ending the balance sheet roll-off in the second half of 2019. Some people will view this as a positive sign in terms of dovishness, but the market is taking this as not dovish enough.
Well, that's because they were not completely dovish in this. The market maybe overread what happened on January 30th without knowing what went on in the room, which we now know. They decided that they should go to the patient approach because there was a lot of uncertainty in the economy, and they cite things like the government shutdown, the volatility in financial markets in December, the fact that the trade wars continue, and they weren't sure what was going to happen going forward. They decided that if you took a pause, it would give you an opportunity, as Jay Powell said at the time, to look at the data and decide what was actually happening. Now, they do note that many participants suggested it was not yet clear what adjustments to the target range might be appropriate. Several argued that rate increases might prove necessary only if inflation outcomes were higher than their baseline outlook. But several others indicated that if the economy evolved as they had expected, they would view it as appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate later this year. In other words, we have a lot of uncertainty right now. This is our forecast. If the uncertainty goes away and the forecast is correct, then we're going to be raising rates, so don't write it off yet, which is what the markets are reacting to right now. The other issue that they talked about in here was the fact that they put in the language about being patient. And the minutes say the sentence was intended to convey the committee's view that a patient and flexible approach was appropriate at this time as a way to manage risks while assessing the incoming information bearing on the economic outlook. If we say we're patient, in other words, then you guys in the markets are going to back off a little bit as well, and we'll all have some calm to look at the data and figure out where we're going from here.